don't often go into stalls to catch up horses when they're at the shelter site, but on occasion we will have to move a horse around. They may not be getting along with their neighbor, for example. So we want to make sure that all of our volunteers know how to do that safely. So I'm going to show you how we go and catch and halter a horse using a rope halter. A lot of people have not used those a lot, so hopefully that will help. You'll notice that I have the lead line in the crook of my left arm. This leaves me available to do everything I need to do once I'm in the stall. And it's a long lead line, so I've got it doubled over a few times to make sure that it does not drag on the ground. The halter, as you know, has two ends. We've got the hook end, we've got the rope end, and I'm going to hold both of those in my hand, so I'm ready for action. I'm not holding by the nose band, I'm holding by the ends of the halter. When I go into the stall, I don't want to go in when this horse's back end is to me, so I'm going to want to be careful about that. Usually you'll have a partner with you, but if you don't, you may be on your own, so just be mindful. And I'm also going to make sure that I always have an exit strategy. That if I needed to get out of the stall quickly, I'm ready to do that. So here I've got a horse. I'm going to start to go in, and I notice that her back end is to me. I don't want to walk in where her back end is going to be to me. If I can move around safely, and I have enough room here to do that, I'll walk in and move around toward her head. So her back end is on the side, protected by the stall wall. I'm going to walk in, and I'm going to slide, but I'm not going to stay by her back end. Now, I'm going to want to show you this, so I'm going to try to move her around so that her head is going to be where I'd like it to be. So I've got my hands up by her eyes, and I'm going to walk around a little bit. Okay, so her head is up where I would like it to be. I'm now going to move to the correct side. I'm ready. I don't want to take this time to just make nice. I want to get that halter on. So I'm going to move my hand underneath, grab it, and now she's caught. That's all catching means. Now I'm ready to put the nose band on. I'm holding both ends, so she's still caught. I'm going to move in a rope halter the end toward the horse. The end goes from the horse side out. I'm never letting go. I also am not sticking my fingers in these holes because if she suddenly bolts away, I don't want to be stuck. So I'm going to move that halter, and I'm now going to position it so that it fits her right. So I'm going to put it where it needs to be. I will move her hair out of the way so it's not bothering her. And as you can see, I've got two fingers underneath so that it's not too tight on her, but it's moved up where it needs to be, and I'm holding it in place. Now I'm ready to tie it off. So on a rope halter, I'm going to go underneath that, what we call the post. Okay, so as I go underneath the post, hope you can see, I've also got my fingers here so that it will not go into her eye. Some of them are a little bit sharper, and I want to make sure it doesn't go into her eye. I move it around that post, and I'm going to come back through, and I knot it above, and this is important. I knot it above the knot that's already in the halter and below the hook, below the opening. Let me show you that again. So when I'm going to put this on her, I've got it held in place, and I'm going to go underneath what I call the post here, underneath the post, protecting with my fingers, around the post, don't stick my fingers through, and then I'm going to tighten it above the knot that's there. Okay? So it's nicely fit, it's not too snug, move her hair out, and now she's caught and haltered.